What's up, Dual Coast fans? Good morning.
Hey,
Good
hey.
morning. We got a little bit of different atmosphere this morning.
Yeah, well, on your end, not
Well,
my end.
on my end, a different atmosphere this morning.
I
On
mean,
your
look at
end, it
that.
looks
He's
about the
he's
same. I
he's
got my
saluting. He's
flagpole.
doing the Pledge of Allegiance right now.
Exactly. Exactly. My
Oh,
flagpole
baby.
going. How you
You know,
feeling over
he's
there, Russ?
hey, good man. You got the blue sky, but you're jumping in a car, man. You got to tell everybody where you're headed.
For sure. For sure. For sure. So we are headed right now into Fox Studios in Manhattan
Woo!
for
I'll
a
tell you,
live interview with my colleague right here.
Anthony.
Russ, this is Anthony. How you doing?
Good man.
He's
Welcome
gonna
to
be
Dual
quiet.
Coast, baby.
He said, "Welcome to Russ says, welcome to Dual Coast."
It's about time.
Oh, that's
So
awesome, man.
yeah, we have an interview coming up today at Fox in Manhattan. So we're heading into the city right now.
Oh, this is sweet. I love it, man. We're Dual Coast on the go.
That's it, man. We are on the move today for sure. For sure.
Now,
How
I
about
know
you?
we
What's
talked
going on?
we talked a
Yeah.
little bit about it last week about
Yes.
Fox.
Correct.
Why don't you tell the listeners today, man, what's going on?
Yeah, so we're heading into the city right now. We're going to do an interview with Fox Studios on Second Avenue in Manhattan today. We're going to be on Street Talk. So Street
Woo.
Talk is a show with recorded interview from what I'm being told. And we're gearing up for something that we don't really know what they're going to ask yet. So do we know what they're going to ask? We don't know what they're going to ask yet. Good Morning Street Talk is the name of the show that we're going on right now.
Very cool, man.
So yeah, we don't know what they're going to ask yet, but it should be good. We're going to bring up Slice of Charity. We're going to try to touch on Dual Coast a bit. And it should be a good time, man.
Wow. Does
Yeah.
Anthony look as sharp as you?
Does Anthony look as sharp as me? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, let's see. Well, I don't know. I don't see
Yeah.
no tie on.
No tie on, he says.
Not a tie guy.
Says no tie guy.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, well, you know what? We've got Anthony right
He's
there.
close, though. He's close.
We've got Anthony right there.
Yeah.
Give everybody a shout out of as far as what Slice of Charity is, man.
Yeah, so Slice of Charity is pretty much an organization started by Anthony right here. I sit on the board of the charity myself, and it's pretty much an organization that we seek out helping people in need, no matter what it be, all different walks of life, technically. So we do veterans, children, anybody in need from a standpoint of financial stress, anything in that realm. So pretty much seek out to help anybody who's looking for help, for lack of better words.
Okay.
We don't really have like a bias. We don't really focus on anybody specifically, and we try to help as many people as we can.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hey, your verbal is coming in great. You're kind of staggered on your live, but
Okay.
I can hear you loud and clear. I don't know if your Wi-Fi's on, but if it is, turn it off. But I can hear you loud and clear. So that's the most important thing.
Wi-Fi off now.
Hey, and you know what? You and I were talking backstage before we got on here. That's much better, by the way.
Okay,
we're talking about. I told him. I said he looks Dapper Dan, and that triggered this hair product that's on the movie Oh Brother Where Art Thou with George Clooney.
Correct.
And so for those that are watching today, man, take a look at this Dapper Dan right here, man. You probably got that product in your hair.
I do actually. And Russ gave me a little educational background before we talk about backstage before we were talking about that, because I didn't know where the phrase actually came from.
George Clooney, baby.
George Clooney,
my gosh.
So
if you haven't watched that movie, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, you got to watch it. That's a great show.
Correct. So let me ask you a question. Did George Clooney actually coin that product? Like, is that something that he started that for his?
See, I can't honestly answer that.
Or did that come from like an old school thing?
It's probably an old school thing, but
about
we're just going to give George Clooney props today.
We'll give George Clooney props for that. Shout out George Clooney. We're going to go on ChatGPT after this podcast is over. And
that's it. We're going to find out. Yeah. But anyway, you're looking very dapper today, man. I don't know if that's a 2025 word or not, but we're going to go with it today. You're dapper.
I think it's more like a 1925 word, but we're good with that.
We're resurrecting the word dapper.
Yeah, exactly.
So Are you pumped, man? Are you pumped about this Fox thing?
Dude, I'm pumped. I'm a little nervous, honestly. I mean, Anthony doesn't look too nervous right here. But
no, he doesn't look nervous.
He doesn't look nervous at all. But I'm a little bit nervous. But we're going to go off the cuff as we do a lot on the podcast, and it's going to be the same type of scenario. Hopefully we get some good questions in, and, we can answer appropriately.
In those shades that Anthony's wearing, he looks like an undercover cop.
Who looks like an undercover cop, Anthony?
Yeah.
So he looks like you look like an undercover cop.
He's working for the CIA or something. Oh my gosh. That's too funny, man.
Not a Fox interview. We're actually going to the FBI headquarters. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that is so classic, man. Well, that's so cool, man. And so Slice of Charity, Dual Coast on Fox News, Street Talk.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's impressive.
Morning,
and
Good morning, Street
do you have the date? Do you have the date that it's going to be shown?
So I believe it's supposed to be shown this Saturday. It's supposed to be shown this Saturday morning. This Saturday morning, it should be aired on Fox. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
So for those who are listening, check it out, man. Learn more about Dual Coast. Learn more about Slice of Charity, Anthony, and what he's doing in New York, doing some great things there, man. So that's so awesome. Well, I tell you, it's a little bit different show. We were supposed to have Chris and Camille from Santa Cruz Athletic Club today. They were just swamped, so we're going to bump them probably into February on our show with Dual Coast. So it's Dan and I today, and we knew that Dan was either going to be in a hotel or in a car or walking the street, hoping that Anthony would pick him up, thumb out, right? Do you remember? You ever done that? Have you ever done that?
I have. I don't think I'm in the age category to be a hitchhiker at any point. I'm not sure. I think that was more a thing in like the 60s, 70s type deal. No, I have never hitchhiked.
I haven't either.
Have you? I was going to say, have you hitchhiked?
I haven't.
Damn.
Yeah.
You made for a good story.
That would have. Yeah, but it's not. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. Well, I tell you, we're getting close to the end of the year. It's amazing how we're getting close to 2026. And
sure.
There's so many things that people are thinking about, things that people are preparing as we're shopping, and we're getting ready for Christmas, and we're getting ready for Santa Claus, and we're getting ready for whatever you believe in.
Yes.
But the main thing is that we're getting ready mentally as we charge forward to the end of the year.
Right.
So, are you guys already there?
No. We are
stopping for donuts.
I wish. Sounds good. No, we are not quite there.
All right. Hey, by the way, do you like Dunkin' Donuts?
No,
I don't either.
I'm not a fan. You're a coffee guy, and I'm a coffee guy too. And I think Dunkin' has terrible coffee.
Agree.
I think Anthony's shaking his head right now, but I think Dunkin' has terrible coffee.
Which direction is Anthony shaking his head? This way or this way?
He's agreeing. I'm sorry. He's agreeing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm more of a Starbucks guy if I'm going to go to that chain type realm, but I'd rather go to like some private, like you go to Verve is a good example. Like I like something like that. Yeah. We have a few of those around the area.
I was in the city one night, New York City, and I was like, I needed some coffee. It was like 10 o'clock at night. I drink coffee late sometimes. I needed some coffee. The only thing that was open was Dunkin' Donuts, and they were getting ready to close. But I was like, I need some coffee. So I got some of the. I went in. I bought a $5 cup of coffee, and I walked out and I threw the cup away. I took one sip. It was like brown water. I mean, it wasn't even like I could probably see through it if it was in a clear cup. It was terrible. I threw it right out. I took one sip. I go, this is the worst coffee.
What's funny is there's not one Dunkin' that's better than the next or something like that. They're all, we're losing a Dunkin' Donuts sponsorship right here just talking about this.
Yeah, well, Dunkin' Donuts, you need to change it up and make it stronger. That's all I got to say.
That's it, 100%. 100%.
Well, since we're a wellness,
listen up.
Yeah, since we're a wellness podcast, I don't think Dunkin' Donuts is probably going to sponsor us anyway.
Good point. Point taken.
Just like Krispy Kreme. Krispy Kreme's probably not going to sponsor us either.
So good. But yes, I totally agree. Totally agree.
Oh, man.
But,
wow. What a way to start.
But touching back on what you just said before about mental health. So, this is a tough time of the year for a lot of people. Holiday season. Yeah, holiday season. A lot of people have lost loved ones. A lot of people, from a standpoint of, being alone around the holidays, sometimes that weighs in on mental health for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I think is that something that you were going to touch on a few seconds ago? Is that what you were going to wait?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I think that's something that, we should kind of discuss a little bit about that. It's a good time to start seeking out some help if you think that's really something that you find, for yourself to be necessary. I think this is kind of the time of year where people get a little bit, down, depressed. Seasonal depression kicks in a bit at the same time from the winter time. Sun's not shining as much, except in California where Russ is.
It looks like it's shining there right now.
It's shining here, but it's 20 degrees. 20 degrees. Yeah. But I think it's something that people should consider. And I say this all the time on this podcast, is that we're always available to reach out to for help. You could reach out to counseling. You could reach out to coaches, whoever you have on your side. Even the church, things like that. But I think it's something that's very important around this holiday period because people really start to feel it around now. And I think that's something that, I think gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah.
What's your take there, Russ?
Yeah, absolutely. Because, right now with that, everything that you stated, and I agree 100% with that, Dan, because, this time, because of loss of family, living alone, living sedentary, the weather, there's so many factors that play into this time of year because you don't have family. You don't have family to spend time with during the holidays. So it is a time for a lot of people that is a huge struggle. And now we're going into the dark times. We got into winter yet. So, it's starting to get cold. We're starting to see states that have snow and all that kind of stuff. And it impacts people mentally. So the most important thing, and we talk about this on a regular basis, is community.
Yeah.
Community. If you don't have family, you need to find someone or some people, a group that you can get involved with to create a new community. You've got to surround yourself with good people. You got to surround yourself with a community of people that are going to support you, that are going to help get you out of the house, that you can talk to, that you can share with, that you can open up to, so that you can build this relationship, build relationships with, right? So don't live that life alone. Find someone to get you engaged into a group.
Right. Absolutely. And there's plenty of places that you could reach out to. Even, we always kind of touch on the fact that it's usually from a fitness standpoint. We talk about that a lot here on the podcast, but it doesn't have to be from a fitness standpoint. There are plenty of places that have community groups that, just book clubs, things that even of that nature, where people can just sit down, discuss their feelings, talk about certain products, talk about certain aspects of life, and just somebody that they could link up with and just bounce things off of, bounce their ideas off of, bounce problems off of, just to speak to. Because a lot of people around this time, like, don't have a person to just kind of just sit there talking right now.
Yeah.
They don't have that. And that, I think that weighs in on a lot of people's mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
And if you're on the other side of the spectrum and you know somebody who is living a life alone, reach out to them. This is the time of the year to do it. Right.
Totally agree. Yeah. I think that's something that's also overlooked a lot too, because a lot of people know a lot of people in that, aspect. And I don't think they help them out to the degree that they should a lot of times. I think there's everybody who kind of knows somebody who's in that, scenario or that setting, and they don't really put forth the effort that they should sometimes. And I think this is the time of year to really do that, because those people are really seeking out that attention and seeking out that, that love, and this is the time to do it.
Yeah. Well, even when I moved to where I am right now, I was here for about 3 months, and, just kind of getting settled in and, going to the beach by myself, which I'm totally fine with. Right. And I was out washing my car one day, and a guy pulls up, introduces himself as Jim, and he says, "Hey, some guys are hanging down here. My name's Jim, and why don't you come down, and when you're done washing your car, and I'll introduce you to some beach guys."
Wow.
Well, 13 years later, these guys are all my best friends, right? Yeah. And about 4 years later, Jim moved up to the Northwest. We still stay in contact, but, he reached out to me. Yeah. Now, I don't know if I had that lonely look of washing my car, but
must have been the hair.
I was happy, but anyway, No, that's what I'm talking about. He reached out to me and said, let me introduce you to some people, right?
Sure.
And those
Yeah,
people, those people I hang out with all the time.
Yeah. And how many people really go out of their way to do something like that? That's not exactly a common trait amongst a lot of people. They don't
Exactly
go out of their way and say, hey, come hang out with me, come hang out. It's not a common thing, and it's something that should be done a little bit more often.
Yeah.
But speaking of your community over there in California, Russ, and the
Yeah.
people around you and stuff, you're working on a project right now that involves community. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh man, Next Gen Visionaries. It is. It hasn't birthed yet, but we're doing a soft launch on December 28th through January 6th.
Yeah.
And the thing about Next Gen Visionaries, when I think about all that I have gone through over the last 3 years and my life evolving, my publisher said to me just about a week and a half ago, she goes, when we were launching your first series of books, for children and families, she goes, I thought we were just launching it and that was going to be it. Right. We're going to get these books out there. And honestly, when I launched those books, I had no idea what was the next step. I wasn't, on social very much. I didn't know about posting very much. I was like, oh man, it's a breath of fresh air. I got the books.
Sure.
We had a big launch party. It was beautiful. I had no idea what was going to transpire. I didn't know that we were going to 8 books down the road, keep doing these things, but opening my mind to what is the possibility out there. And it just kept evolving and evolving and evolving. And so, when you look at it, you look at everything that we're doing, from Community Strides, which is a 1 time a month walk that we do, which is this Saturday. Everybody can walk in your community 2 miles. It happens on the second Saturday of every month. So this coming Saturday, for everybody that's listening, go on a walk, bring somebody with you, record it, post it, tag me, Move Today 365. And the thing about it is we do it every single month on the second Saturday.
Yes.
You choose your time, you choose your location, but walk 2 miles. And we're going to build this thing. Right now, we're collectively in 26 states and 7 countries that people are walking around the globe. And we want to get all 50 states. We want to get as many countries as we can moving and walking. You think about Move Today 365. You think about the books, right? We're getting people to move in their daily lives. 1 time a month is not enough. That is just a point and state of a reference point to get people moving on the same day. But all of us need to move every single day of our lives.
Sure.
Then a step up from that is Impact Santa Cruz Today. This coming year, 2026, impact events. There are 4 of them this year. This year or next year. This year we did Impact Santa Cruz in May. You came out. We did a live podcast. It was unbelievable. Next year we're going to go to Portland, Santa Cruz, Minneapolis, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're doing 4 events next year. For those that are listening, love for you to come and be a part of one of those impact events. Yes. I met Amberly Lago just recently in Minnesota. She said, come to Dallas. So we're looking to go to Dallas in 2027. Exciting thing. So you go from Move Today 365, Community Strides, impacting people's lives on a healthy daily, type of living, to impact events, in-person events to get community to come together. And now, Dan, we're going to next level with Next Gen Visionaries. Next Gen Visionaries is something that is burning within inside of me, to where we're going to cap it at 150 people in 2026, looking for 15 people that are going to come on board to be my premier people that are going to help launch Next Gen Visionaries. We're going to be meeting 1 time a month on a Zoom, and it's all about leadership. So from community people to educators, right, to mom and dad, to, whatever it is, your entrepreneurs, this is a level that is going to be above and beyond what everything that I just talked about, from Community Strides, Move Today 365, live events. This is for the people that want to get down and really take their lives and grow at another level. Sure. From anything from leadership to connectivity to time spent with me to one-on-one. It is exciting stuff. And so Next Gen Visionaries are people who desire to take their lives and what they're doing and impact not only their lives and their families and their community, but the next generation. Building up leaders, visionaries for the next generation. I am stoked about it.
That name is almost as good as Dapper Dan.
Well, it's probably better, but Dapper Dan, we might even look at Dapper Dan to come and sponsor Next Gen Visionaries. Because
that's the move.
That's the move, right? And you can be the model for that.
That's the bigger move. That's the bigger move, because that puts me on your payroll, though.
Oh man, so I'm really pumped. So right now, just building that model up to launch in the middle of January. I'm so excited about it because it's really starting to evolve, and I'm starting to sprinkle it out. But a lot of people are going to be hearing from me soon to talk about Next Gen Visionaries. And like I said, I'm looking for 15 to build this 150 for 2026.
Yep. Soft launch December 28th, right, Russ?
Yeah. So, people get a hold of me. If you're interested, you want more information, reach out to me at Move Today 365. You can DM me there. We'll jump on a call. I'll share with you more in depth, but I kind of gave you the nuts and bolts of it right there. Yep. But it is going to be an impactful visionary leadership group.
Yeah. And it touches back on what we talked about, to reaching out to community, actually, what we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. So it's a perfect example of developing a community around you. And you don't even need to leave the comfort of your own home. You could pretty much develop a community for people that you could speak to with whatever realm you want to be in. Entrepreneurship, friendship, connectivity, whatever it be. And those people are right there at the touch of your fingertips.
That's it. And there's a guy, the CIA guy right to your left. He'd be a good candidate to have a part of Next Gen Visionaries.
He is a good candidate. He is a good candidate. Totally agree. The Duncan Hayden Club.
Yeah. Oh man, that is funny.
But yeah, that's
I'm excited, man, because
it's great.
About 6 months ago, I had this thing that I really wanted. Aaron Wexler, who was one of my speakers in May at Impact Santa Cruz, he really had inspired me about, and probably you as well, about the North Star, following on North Star, right?
I'm really just going to say that, yes.
And Wexler has been there for me, and every time he's a part of our call. And, because what I did is I started a visionary group, just hand selected 13 people. Then we meet on a monthly basis. And it was something that was inside of me. It's like, I want to do this, but I want to go next level because I want to impact many, many more people. And that's why Next Gen Visionaries is birthing. That's why it's evolving. And that's why we're moving towards in 2026, because it's going to give greater depth to people's lives. And that's really what it's about. Greater depth for leadership, greater depth for visionaries, greater depth to impacting people's lives from a community-based, Zoom that we're going to be doing. So people from around the globe can be a part of this. You don't have to live in my community. You can be anywhere to be a part of this community. And it's going to be a great community.
Well, that's the beauty of it, honestly. You could be anywhere in the world, like you just said, and it's at your fingertips. Anybody you want to talk to from any walk of life, pretty much. You want to build your business, you want to connect with different people, you want to seek out friendship, you want to seek out, just friends in general.
Yeah.
You could reach out to the community, and that's a great thing to have, honestly. And just real quick, though, shout out Aaron Wexler, because that North Star speech did resonate with me very, very much back in California, and I still talk to him about that to this day. So it's funny you brought that up. And I was thinking the same exact thing as soon as you mentioned his name. He said North Star in that speech several times, and it's something I still think about to this day.
Yeah. It's amazing. Aaron is the kind of guy, like, we'll get off of a meeting and he calls me right after.
Yeah.
He's like, Russ, and we go deeper into the conversation for another 30, 45 minutes. And that happens on a routine basis. I mean, that's the kind of dude that he is. I'm so glad that he's in my corner. I'm so glad that he's in my life. I mean, he is just a great dude. So if you're not following Aaron Wexler, make sure you check him out.
Totally agree. Agree.
But for 2026, man, we're just ramping up, man. We're just ramping up.
Dual Coast, Next Gen Visionaries, Move Today 365. Let's get it going.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So, yeah, man.
That's it, man. Yeah, that's great. But I think that community that you're creating simultaneously with Community Strides is amazing, because you could also have everybody who's involved in Community Strides can also start to get involved into Next Gen Visionaries, look into the idea, develop a different type of community for themselves. Maybe they're into the fitness community right now with Community Strides. They get the people in the neighborhood, they go out walking 27 states, 7 countries. But now people may want to say, hey, I want to propel a little bit more with Russ. Maybe I'll get into Next Gen Visionaries. I'll take a look at that.
That's it.
Right?
Yeah. So if you're listening, DM me, Move Today 365.
That's it.
That'd be awesome, man. Love to have you a part of the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right,
well,
guys.
good luck today, man. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
I hope I'm not much into luck, but I wish you well, because it's all a part of your alignment, and that's why stuff like this happens. Things with Anthony, Slice of Charity, Dual Coast, things happen because you're in alignment, and I'm excited about today with Fox News, man. You're going to get some great time out of that. That's going to hopefully propel Dual Coast and Slice of Charity.
Yeah, it's a great experience. Honestly, I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate the good luck wishes.
Absolutely, man. Well, hey, people can follow us every Tuesday. We're live 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, right here, Dual Coast. Wellness is not about perfection; it's about progress. And so, as each and every day, what am I going to do right after this, Dan?
You were going to go out and take a walk.
Boom. That's what I'm going to do. It's not about perfection. It's just about getting my steps, one foot in front of the other. We all need to do it. We all need to do more of it. Get out, get your workout, get your yoga in, get your tennis in, get your beach volleyball in, get your steps in, get your gym work in, whatever it is. But it's not about being perfect, because if we try to be perfect, we're going to fail every single time. It's all about just making progress and getting 1% better every single day.
Every single week. Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Dual Coast Podcast, guys. Signing off. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a great day. See you, buddy. All right, man.
Bye-bye.
Talk to you. All right. Bye.